Well, we got some things to discuss today. We have some things to discuss. This is the Dodge Hornet for 2023, and just came out. Yep, just revealed. And that's an Alfa Romeo. That's an Alfa Romeo Tonale. That is an Alfa Romeo Tonale. This is the Ochre GT paint color. Alfa's premium color on the Hornet. We knew it was coming. Like, we knew they were sharing the same platform and we saw the spy photos and everything, but I didn't know it was going to be like, hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, but don't make it look like you copied. And then they copy your homework. This might be bad for business for Alfa Romeo, as this comes in cheaper than what the Alfa Romeo Tonale would be here in the United States. And it may have more horsepower at 285, to where the PHEV for Alfa is supposed to come under that. We got some stuff to talk about, guys. Let's get into it. Well, what's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rise. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to another video where we saw the spy photos and we thought that could not be the exact body that Dodge is going to go with, because these cars are in the same family and they will both be sold in the same markets in the USA. But a family rivalry is a thing. These two cousins are going to be going head to head for what is one of the most bizarre business plans I've ever heard of. I guess sell the same car with different styling on it at a cheaper price because of the brand. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work with Alfa Romeo for the Tonale and Dodge for the Hornet, but they're on the same platform under the same Stellantis umbrella, and basically are a carbon copy of each other with different design elements shown, as the Hornet gives off that muscle car look with a more aggressive look for the front fascia. Now, what makes it unique? Oh, it's the bumper in the front, right? And the nostrils in the hood. But aside from that, you can see that the headlights are actually headlights that are offered on European models of the Alfa Romeo Tonale. Now, we're not exactly sure if they're going to be offered on the PHEV examples here in the United States, as we won't know that until they are debuted later on this fall for the US market. But the European models get those same headlights on entry-level trims. So again, I mean, I know it's not going to be sold in Europe, but if we get those same headlights here in the United States, well, the difference is just going to be the front bumpers and hood, but you can obviously tell that there's a lot of similarities there. Now, that's up front. The sides, I mean, there's not much you can change when it comes to the side skirts, the wheel wells, the body lines. Biggest things you'll notice are the different wheel options, the trim emblems on the front fender between the two, where Dodge has a Hornet and Alfa Romeo will let you know the trim level like Speciale or Veloce. And let's talk about the brakes, because they are both going to be Brembo brakes, but one is going to say Alfa Romeo, another is going to say Dodge. I mean, it's just comes down to those little details that really just sets them apart, but doesn't necessarily set them apart. Same sloping roof line and everything, especially when it comes to the rear. I mean, the shape of the rear of both of these cars are identical. The differences you may see are the exhaust cutouts in the rear diffuser, but there's not actual exhaust in the European models. But for the PHEV US spec, well, it might be different. And it looks like it may be that same way for the Hornet. But when you see the taillights, well, it's the same exact LED light bar, but instead of the Alfa Romeo insignia in the center of that light bar breaking the two sides apart, you have the Dodge two-line emblem, and you also have the tri-look for the Alfa Romeo Tonale on each side, to where Dodge, it just has a curve around for the LED tails. Now, when we talk about things like the interior, well, again, they look almost identical. Same exact screens. So we're talking about a 12.3-inch full digital cluster for both the Tonale and the Hornet, and the same 10.25-inch touchscreen, both running Uconnect 5. Now, Uconnect 5 was going to be a given, as all Stellantis group vehicles will be running that software. But when you have the same exact screen and the same exact TFT digital cockpit, well, it makes things look quite similar in a different kind of way. I mean, then you talk about things like the gear shift knob, the drive mode selector for the Alfa Romeo, to where it is, I believe, the start stop button for the Hornet. And then on the steering wheel, well, they're both those flat bottom, same shape for the leather steering wheel. But with the Hornet, obviously, you have Dodge logo or insignia right there in the center, to where you have Alfa Romeo's insignia. And you have the start-stop button for Alfa Romeo on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, to where Dodge, I think you have drive mode selectors. I'm not exactly sure what's over there, but it's not a start-stop button like Alfa. Now let's look at the seats. I didn't think they would make the seats pretty much the same as well, but you still get those Alcantara red stitch seats for the Alfa Romeo Tonale and for the Dodge Hornet. And the same kind of thing flows into the dashboard, to where you can also have that for the Tonale. I mean, the biggest thing you'll notice really is the backlit dashboard on the Alfa Romeo Tonale over the Hornet. But if you were to take the logos out of these two cars in the interior, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It's really that similar. Now, the biggest thing we need to worry about, or not necessarily worry about, but just something that you should consider, is the horsepower and performance of these vehicles. Now let's talk about first the Tonale. We're looking at a hybrid configuration, 4-cylinder, 1.5 liter engine with 130 horsepower for the Super and Sprint versions, or 160 horsepower for the TI and Veloce versions. Now keep in mind, these are for the European models, as the US spec, which will go up against the Hornet, is supposed to have around 275 horsepower out of that PHEV powertrain. Now the Hornet is going to be Dodge's first PHEV as well, but that's cranking out even more horsepower than the Alfa Romeo Tonale PHEV at 285 horses and 383 pound-feet of torque. Now that makes sense for a muscle car, right? But it's more powerful than the performer Alfa Romeo Tonale, which may be a problem because the Tonale may be more expensive, as the Dodge Hornet starts under $30,000. Now, the Alfa Romeo PHEV for the US is definitely going to start over that, because I believe European prices, if you were to translate it for Alfa Romeo here in the United States, if you got the Tonale with their price ranges, I think you're still looking at a very entry-level price of around $38,000 just for the simple base model that we probably won't get here, because we're going to be getting the higher spec PHEV, which is ahead of the top trim over in Europe. And that is probably going to run us close to $50,000, if not more, for that variant. So with that said, the Dodge Hornet being sold right next to the Alfa Romeo Tonale here in the United States. Literally, the Alfa Romeo dealership is right next to the Dodge dealership where I'm at in Daytona. Is sold with more horsepower. It is sold with a cheaper starting price. It is sold with a lot of the same goodies inside and out. Why is that not a problem for Alfa Romeo getting shortchanged? Because their competition is really offering a lot of the same things, but at a more reasonable price. This was something that you guys feared would happen, that the Tonale would get outshined by the Hornet once we first saw that the Hornet was being made to look like the Tonale, sharing that same platform. And this might be, I don't know, friendly competition, but at the same time, stealing Alfa Romeo's thunder, as Alfa Romeo can never have anything good, always getting shortchanged. I mean, we thought we were going to get the Alfa Romeo 6C, but really, we got the Maserati MC20, and now we thought the Tonale would be something special in Alfa Romeo, but it's not as special anymore with the Dodge Hornet reveal that just happened last night. So with that said, those are a couple of things that I wanted to point out about the Hornet debut versus the Alfa Romeo Tonale, and my biggest concerns. I'm going to have love for both of the cars, and I would like to put them side by side to see what really makes a difference between the two models when that time comes. And there's actually one more thing I want to bring up. Well, the Hornet is expected by the end of this year, 2022, to where we were told that the Alfa Romeo Tonale won't be here until first quarter of 2023. So again, the Tonale being revealed in March of this year and still coming out later than the Hornet that was released just now and should be expected in the next few months. That is another disservice to Alfa Romeo. Now, not saying it's anybody's fault, but it shouldn't work that way. But with that said, drop your comments down below. What are some of the things I missed as far as the comparisons? What are some of the things you're concerned about between the Alfa Romeo Tonale and Hornet rivalry? And what do you guys think about the new 2023 Dodge Hornet? Would you buy it over the Alfa Romeo Tonale? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, if you guys did enjoy the video today, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Giving the video a like will help get it up in rankings. More people can see it, and we can have a bigger discussion on the new Dodge Hornet versus the new Alfa Romeo Tonale. Now, with that said, if you guys want to help further support the channel, always check the links down in the description below, where I have a one-time link donation for my PayPal, my Cash App, and my Venmo, where you guys can donate an extra $1 or $2 to the channel. I appreciate that extra love and support, guys. Thank you so much. You guys can also check out the Ron's Rise merch. You can get t-shirts, stickers, tank tops, hoodies, everything Ron's Rise is there. And I'm also on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. So everything I'm posting, Ferrari, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, and Fiat, that doesn't always make it here to the channel. Now make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, but click that notification bell so you don't miss one video. And with that said, you guys be blessed, have a great day, and we will talk to you guys in the next Ron's Rise video. Peace.